So, now I will give examples okay, of some popular discrete distributions. So, in all of this, so I am going to give examples of discrete random variables. Okay. So, I will not mention what the probability space is, I will only talk about the RBR Px. Okay. I told you that once you have the random variable and your probability law, you can just, if you do not have to worry about omega Fp anymore, right. So, in order to describe a random variable, I just need to supply Px to you, right, what the probability law is to you, and in fact these are discrete random variables. So, I will just apply the PMF to you, right, the probability mass function, then I have described the random variable. Okay. The most elementary example is that of a Bernoulli random variable. So, this takes values. So, this E is simply 0 and 1. Okay, it only takes the set E has only two values 0 and 1, and P x of 0 is equal to 1 minus P, and P x of, well, you can have it P x of 1 is equal to P, where P is some number between okay. So, this is Bernoulli random variable is a random variable that is essentially it is a binary valued random variable, and it takes value 1 with probability p and takes value 0 with probability 1 minus p. What sample space it is coming from is not very relevant here, right. If you want, you can take the sample space some 0 1 with Borel with uniform measure and say that if your random variable is in 0 p, it is 1 or something like that. If your omega is in 0 1 0 p, you can say it is 1, right, but that is not important, you do not worry about what omega f p it is. This is what finally produces on the real line. Okay. And clearly this is, it satisfies that this plus that must be equal to 1, which it is, right. And if you want to find the probability of any Borel set on R under this for this random variable, what would you do? So, if I give you some, see this is something you have seen multiple times before, but now if I give you a Borel set and I say what P x of B is, what would you do? Look whether the Borel set if the Borel set does not contain any of these points, the probability will be 0. If it contains only 0, its probability will be 1 minus p. If it contains only 1, it will be p. If it contains both, it will be 1, right. That is it, for every Borel set you can specify. So, for example, this you can look at as the number, you can tossing a coin with probability p, and you are simply counting the number of heads. If there is 1 heads, probability p, 0 heads, probability 1 minus p. And this is as simple as it gets. Any questions? The second example I want to give is a uniform measure on a discrete set. Uniform measure on a finite set. So, if you have a set E equal to E1, E2 dot 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 En, so uniform random variable I should say actually, on a finite set. So, your set E is now finite, it is not even countably infinite. Then the random variable that I am talking about, so that is your E, then your P x of E I is equal to 1 over n for all I, okay, for all I equal to 1 2 dot 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 n. Okay. So, if there are if you are simply looking at, so if you are just tossing a die and your random variable is that the trivial random variable that simply tells you the face of the face on the die, this will be 1 2 3 4 5 6, and you are putting a 1 over 6 probability on each of these elements. Okay. So, this is called uniform random variable. You can only do it for a finite set, right. If you do it for a countably infinite set, it will not work out, right, because I mean they will not add up to 0, I mean they will not add up to 1. So, it cannot work out on a.
It is not defined because it do not have any practical interest. That is why for a countable set.
No, for a countable set, you cannot put a, you cannot, there is no way to define a uniform. There is, you cannot put, if you put any non-zero mass or at any point it will go to infinity, right. But if you put 0 mass, it is a countable set, it will still it will go to 0, right. There is no nothing you can do. So, countably infinite is a no go for uniform measure. If you have an uncountable set, you can put a uniform measure, that is a different story, right.
Is there any practical situation in which this comes uniformly distributed over countable set?
There is no, you cannot do it, there is no way to define a uniform random variable on a countable set, countably infinite set. Okay, so that is also a simple example. Let us move on to should I give you so let us say I will give you a example of a geometric random variable. So, the geometric random variable has the values it takes are in fact basically n, okay. It takes values in n, okay, which is a countably infinite subset of R, right. So, that is the first one you are encountering, which is this is finite, that is finite, but this is infinite, countably infinite. So, now for each, so what do I have to do? I have to specify the probability mass for each natural number, that is all, right. So, I have to say that P x of k, which is nothing but the probability of x is equal to k everywhere, right, k is equal to, for the geometric random variable it is 1 minus p raised to k minus 1 times p, where again p is some parameter between. So, k is in n and p is in 0 1. So, and in order to verify that this is a valid PMF, you have to verify that the summation has to go to 1, right, and if you sum this you get a geometric series, right, which and then you will very trivially see that it goes to 1, and that is why it is called a geometric random variable, because in order to if you sum this up you get a geometric series. Okay. Yes.
For example, this geometric variable can be tossing a coin till we get a head or something like that.
Yes, that is the interpretation.
Can you give any example like that for uniform random variable on finite space?
As I just said, right, you can just toss a n faced die or something.
Yes, sir, but the e's will not be 1 2 3 4 5 6 so it will be the omega in that case.
You say x of omega is omega, it is a trivial random variable, right. So, here so a geometric random variable, it puts a geometric measure on R on n for one thing, right. We have already encountered geometric measure on n, right, and this is how it looks, and it has the interpretation that if you have so you have number of, if you have what is known as independent Bernoulli random variables, right, we have not come to independence of random variables yet. So, if you let us say, so this is like a tossing a coin and you toss a number of coins independently, the probability that this is the probability that you will encounter your first head in the kth toss, okay. That is the interpretation this has, So, the number of tosses you have to wait until you see a head, right, that is the distribution, it has a geometric distribution. If the coin tosses are if these are independent coin tosses, right. But for now I am just talking about its PMF. Okay. Any questions on this? Another related random variable is called the binomial random variable. It takes values again. So, here the set E is 0 1 2 dot 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 n, okay, which is a finite set, and p x of k is equal to n choose k p power k 1 minus p power n minus k for k in E and p in 0 1. N choose 0 is taken as 1, okay. You know what n choose k is, right. So, this again is closely related to the Bernoulli random variable. If you have a number of these independent coin tosses, it is if you have n such independent coin tosses, this is the distribution of this corresponds to the total number of heads, right. This corresponds to probability of getting k heads, okay, in independent coin tosses. Okay. So, this and this are very closely related. In fact, Bernoulli leads to both geometric and binomial in a very direct way. So, there are so many examples, okay. There is negative binomial, multinomial, it's a huge, I am not going to give you all possible examples of these discrete random variables. I will just give you one more, okay. Poisson. Here your E is 0 1 2 dot dot dot, it is whole numbers, E is all of whole numbers, which is a countably infinite set, and you have p x of k is equal to e power minus lambda power k by k factorial, for k equal to 0 1 2 dot dot dot, and lambda is some parameter that is strictly positive, okay, and 0 factorial is taken as 1. This is your Poisson random variable, and this also you can verify is a random variable, because if you sum over all k, that is simply your expansion of e power k, right. So, e power minus e power lambda. So, you will get 1. So, these are some popular, I mean very routinely encountered examples of discrete random variables. Right, this is by no means all, right. You can you take any discrete set you like, any countable set you like, and you put any numbers on that countable set which add up to 1. That is a valid, that is a very valid, that is it, right, discrete random variable. So, if you want another example, if you a nameless example you want, maybe it has a name. So, if you want E, let us say E equal to n again. Let us say p x of k is equal to 6 over pi squared 1 over k squared. Right, this is a valid PMF, right, because that summation goes to pi square over 6, right. So, that is a valid PMF. I do not know, it probably has a name, I do not know the name if it has one, okay, just something I made up. Okay. That is also a discrete random variable. Are there any questions? So, these are the simplest kind of random variables. Okay. No questions? Okay. So, if there are no more questions, I will stop, and next week we will move to continuous random variables.